time. What time is it? Showtime, prime time.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
I'm not running over the Barnett Tower and heaving myself off it.
And Leon Searcy.
Now, you come across that middle, you better have some meat on your bone.
NFL owners meetings going on. We're definitely going to get into everything that's taking place in the desert, including some stuff that your head coach, Liam Cohen, had to say. We will definitely chime in on the Anton Harrison chatter. An extension is in the offing. All that coming up. Tiger Woods in the news. He says he said that he was doing multiple things at one time. Including turning the car over. So that's that we will get into as well. Not Leon shaking his head just a little bit, but it like I was driving past this girl the other day. I swear it is an art form, but TLD and I were cruising down 312 in the AUG, going over the 312 bridge, and she was putting on all of her makeup while talking on the phone and driving. I just don't know how they can do it.
What?
Yeah. Putting on her makeup while talking on the phone, and the phone's just like this, like she's holding the phone because she's talking, and then she set it down, she put the makeup on, and I'm telling you, she hit every red light.
Wait. You didn't say anything.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
That's living dangerously.
Yeah, well, TLD's like,
I say something.
do not get in front of her. Like, oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Makeup.
Wouldn't getting in front of her be the safer option, though?
I don't know.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
She can rear-end you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just like drive away from her.
Right. Yeah,
I guess,
we just stayed in the left lane. She was in the right
But
lane.
if she's in front of you, you can
Wait,
kind of
wait.
see what's going on.
But she was hitting every red light and everything.
You weren't in the car.
distance.
You weren't in the car with her. I thought you was like sitting beside
we
her.
were just driving by and observing.
Okay, all right.
And we went to
Leon
like,
thought you were just in the car with a random person.
No. I thought he was in the car with her while she was driving.
Oh,
doing all
his
that
wife.
stuff. Yeah, not saying anything.
but she put in, like, we were like driving along and there were 2 or 3 red lights. She didn't hold up traffic or anything, but my gosh, man, the mascara, the eyeliner, the blush,
I once saw a woman, an older woman, reading a book.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in her lap as I drove past her.
That's just crazy.
It is.
Yeah. And
How old are we talking?
60s.
yeah.
Okay, first off, bro,
And it was Ocala, to be fair.
Judgy.
It's very judgy. First
What do you
off.
mean? You asked her
Older
age.
woman.
All I said was 60s. Well, because I said older.
Yeah,
older
you
than
could've
me.
Yeah, there you go.
It was in Ocala, though, so everyone's driving slower, and it's
that's like
it's more laid back.
No.
there
Ocala's
are
got
no
a lot
rules
of
in Ocala.
Ocala's got a lot of terms and winding
Terms.
roads, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, but there's no rules in Ocala. That's like
True.
may as well be like the third world
All right,
country there.
Listen, I've driven through Ocala with those winding roads and semi trucks coming on the other side. Not safe.
Well,
Yeah,
through the
441.
forest, I mean,
Right.
or
You
four,
gotta
yeah.
do the forest,
yes,
man. That's
exactly.
And going
Plus,
through
there's
the
a whole
forest.
group of people in that forest that
I don't claim them.
you don't want any part.
Yeah.
You don't claim the sticks, bro? Come
No.
on. Okay, wow.
Not those people.
I live in town.
Okay,
It's a different bunch. It is a different
you're
bunch.
civilized.
We have a
people.
Walmart. They come to our Walmart.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Give me a that because this is kind of important, and I'm shook.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday about Taco Fall. He was the poster basketball child of the Central Florida Knights. Okay, Taco Fall. I think he stretched out to like something crazy, 7'7", something like that.
7'5".
7'5"?
Yeah.
He was a superstar while my kids were at UCF. And they'd walk the campus and they'd see Taco Fall. You try and high five him. You can never get up there high enough. He put that hand way up there. Well, anyway, I'm a little shook because the 7'9" center, Ollie, of the Florida Gators, has entered the transfer portal.
Oh, no.
Oh,
This is
man.
not
That's
good.
sad, bro.
This is like Todd Golden, right? Things are coming apart at the seams down there in Gainesville. Defending national champions, you get ousted in the first weekend of your NCAA tournament as the defending champions, and now Ollie is
Is it
exiting.
Oliver or Olivier?
I don't know.
Olivier Rioux, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. It sounds good to me. I'm just going to go with that. I just went
Very
with Ollie
frank.
off
You don't
the
want
whole time.
Olivier on your team.
Olivier
anyway,
Rioux.
man.
But it's
he needed playing time.
He totally did.
He needs court time, man.
And Captain Ron and I are having a session yesterday, and we're talking about this and talking about whether or not what is it that's keeping him from getting on the actual basketball floor.
Skills, talent.
Yeah, maybe because he went down to the first round game and whatnot.
He'd kill it, JU. You kidding me?
Yeah,
that's exactly
the ball down low.
That's exactly like all joking aside, the place that a guy like that.
Wait.
If you're Coach Mincy and he was on that staff, fire up a phone.
Okay, Joe, let me ask you this question. Is he a true big or is he a big that's shooting threes and chucking it up?
I don't know what
I think
he
we're
is
unsure.
yet.
He's not shooting threes, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
he's
don't
a
know what
true
he
big.
is.
He's not a true big either.
Oh my
He needs to stand inside. They need to lob it in, and he just needs to turn and dunk.
Yeah.
That's basically his arm length at 7'9". He really never has to leave the floor.
True. Fact.
Listen, 7'9" is the definition of a
here's the
true
thing.
big.
But listen, he's got to be able to establish post play.
Yes, he does.
Bro.
Now,
How much weight are we talking? How much weight are we
He's
talking?
thin. He's thin.
Okay, so he's not getting in the post.
Yeah,
He's going to be 300 pounds, 7'9".
It's
right?
almost impossible to not be thin at that height.
Wait,
He's
7'9",
thin. I
300.
think he's like 7'9", 300. I think is what he is.
So I'll put it to you
That's
this
big.
way.
Let me get the exact number for you.
I'll put it to you this way, Leon.
Mhm.
While you attended the University of Miami, you were on full scholarship the entire time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 year renewable.
Okay, yeah, but you were on
Yeah,
the
I
entire
was.
time.
Yeah.
If you're 7'9" and he was a preferred walk-on, that's really all you need to know. Okay, that means they were not
He
willing.
couldn't get a
Oh,
scholarship.
he wasn't on Scully?
He was a preferred walk-on.
Really?
And so it's just
7'9", 305, Leon.
Yeah. But yeah,
From Canada.
Yeah, 7'9".
IMG Academy.
But
I bet JU recruited
that
him.
means he was
an IMG.
basically almost a foot and a half taller than you and weighed the same.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But he ain't got no meat on his bones if he's 7'9",
No.
bro.
Have you ever could we stretch you out and get you?
No, bro.
No, okay.
No,
All right.
this is it.
You ever get
Yeah, don't
those
worry.
gravity boots or anything like that?
No, I'm comfortable with my size. Man.
You should be.
He looks down at
You're
Hannah Ogden,
towering.
who's 7 foot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there was a funny video on the who were they playing in the first week Prairie View when they put up like 1,000 points on him, where Olivier was in the game and there was a Prairie View kid. Did you see this video? The Prairie View kid was like, "Where the hell are you from?"
Oh, I remember
Looking at
talking
him
about.
like he's just some freak.
Yeah, but you know
Which
what?
I kind of feel sorry for guys that tall, because that's like being like 6'7" is one thing. You know, we all have a friend who's like that tall, but 7'9", you
7'9".
can't do anything in society. Like, you can't fit in cars, you can't fit in buildings.
Like first class, if
and
you
people
buy
look
it,
at you like you're a monster.
yeah, first class, you still feel second class.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
never ever going to be comfortable.
Insane.
And now short people are starting to thrive because, like in the baseball world, now it's paying off to be just a little.
Altuve, 2 home runs last night.
Exactly. With the Jose Altuve strike zone, it's like what, 6 inches tall.
Oh, I get it. The ABS.
Yeah,
zone,
because
right?
the ABS now they're kind of crouching down a little bit, and that automatic strike balls and strikes is shrinking. Like some of these guys, I don't know if I have it right in front of me, but they listed the height of some of these baseball players, and now with the ABS, like a 6'1" guy is a 5'11" guy for real. So
all right, so let me ask you this,
prefer
JJ,
it
because
now.
I don't know this. So you say you have 2 a game, 2 challenges.
Yes.
But if you're right on the challenge, you get to keep it, right?
Exactly. So
you
last
could have
night, the
20
Yankees.
as long as you're right.
Exactly. The Yankees had like 5 in a row that they got right, 5 or 6. And they were so good at it that Aaron Boone was yelling at the ump like, "Dude, you suck. Like, why are you're ruining the game with it?" And I must have watched a billion games this weekend. The thing that you're seeing most is like the low off-speed pitch is a ball like every single time. But the umps used to call it, like, they're still calling that a strike a lot.
Because it's crossing through.
It's there where they say, but like with this system, nah.
And
It's
I do
always a
like.
ball.
I always had like that, like quote, drop off the tabletop kind of deal.
Yeah.
And that was
It's
what
still a
ended the
great
baseball classic, basically.
Yes, for
Yes.
the United States.
But the other thing
Or
is,
no, that was against Dominican.
that was okay. But the other thing is, when older refs, and this will tie us into our next conversation coming up in just a little bit, the NFL and the NFL Referees Association, the union representing them, they're button heads, and they've been trying to figure out a deal for, I think, at least a couple years. They haven't been able to get the deal done, and it's not boding well that they want seniority to pay off for these older refs in the NFL. The older refs in Major League Baseball are losing most of the appeals. Like whenever you go to the ABS.
Really?
Yes,
That's interesting.
It's the older dude that is getting the balls and strikes wrong more often.
Now, is that because he's okay? So here's
Stuck
you
in
have to
his
look this way.
ways.
Again, it's a little
Right,
judgy.
I was
Or
just going to say
maybe
that. Is
his
it because
eyes aren't
he's-
as good as they used to be?
That's what I was going to say. Is it because his eyes aren't as good as they used to be, or is it because he's?
That's what they were saying.
Or is it because he? No, but it also could be because this is the way baseball is played. You know, one of those things.
I guess you could mix it in some respects, but there's no question that you're whatever you were used to doing, you were above reproach without question, right? Because it was your strike zone, your balls and strikes. You didn't have to answer.
But here's the thing: I thought y'all wanted everything to be vintage. So I mean, the older y'all wanted vintage play.
I'm fine
but
without
now-
the ABS.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
fine with an umpire like preferring a high strike a little bit out of the zone as long as he does it the entire game
consistently.
for both teams. Like, I don't care. That's the way baseball is. It's the way it's always been. Like, not every ump's going to have exactly the same strike zone, but once the team figures it out, as long as he keeps it the whole game, it's fine.
And it's for both sides,
Yeah.
both set of pitching
Exactly.
staffs.
Mhm.
And the other thing in football, if you're going to let that cornerback rough up that wide receiver,
Yeah.
be consistent
yeah, if they're
throughout
going to
the
have
game.
hand fighting,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
them
that's
do it
true.
the whole
Yeah.
game
Now, do
on
you-
both sides.
Now, do you remember the season when we had the fake refs?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
that's
Seattle
what the-
Fail Mary game.
Yes. Come on, bro.
I lost money on that.
Yeah.
It was
Me
Monday
too.
Night Football.
Yeah. It scarred me, scarred JJ.
That's what we're looking forward to.
No, but
No.
they're apparently these teams to not have that issue. They're like looking to hire right now, like before it even
Full-timers.
becomes an issue. They're looking to hire like college refs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And replay wasn't as significant back then as it is now.
Mhm.
I think they're going to be. We already have like the big brother replay guy in the NFL who basically tells the NFL refs what to do, anyways. When we have backup refs, they're going to be calling everything from the booth up there. I guarantee there's going to be like a head ref watching all the replays, calling everything.
And it'll go
Sure.
because they want it to go fast. They do not want things to be slowed down
Right.
already. They
Yeah,
just
well, that will be.
Well,
slow
they
It'll
just
be
down.
a little
concept-
slow.
they
Yeah,
just
if they go
barely
to the booth all the time, it's going to slow down, bro.
yeah. At
No,
least it's-
I'm saying nowadays in the NFL, they don't even necessarily do like a review. There's so many times last season where like they called down to the refs and they switched things up,
Yeah.
like
Oh.
unofficially,
I'm happy
officially a
about that.
review.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. I'll tell you one who's not happy. Gavin Lux. He went from 6'2" to 5'11". Okay, according to basically with the precise strike zones, they said there was a remeasurement process, which is worse. It's humiliating, and led to a crackdown on exaggerations. And so,
I've
Lux,
always told people I was 5'10", but they really I'm 5'9".
yeah, the great one to the great David Lamb. He goes to the doctor a long time ago. He comes in. Doctor comes in. He goes, "Hey, Dr. Buster Browning, I got some good news and some bad news." David goes, "What?" He goes, "The good news is you lost a little weight." David smiled. He goes, "What's the bad news? You're an inch shorter." It's as simple as that. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.
We get ready.
We wake up every morning ready for competition.
Just say game on and let us play.
Bring it on, baby. Hit me. 1010 XL. Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
Hi, I'm Frank Frangie. Join our show this Wednesday from 4 to 6 at Liberty Landscape Supply on San Jose. Wear your Iceman gear, and you can win free tickets to Whiteout Cancer Night with the Jacksonville Icemen.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hi, I'm Amber Frangie. By now, you've heard the story. How I heard about how much weight some of my dad's friends at the radio station lost with Awaken 180, so I wanted to try it myself. Well, the truth is, it's really incredible. I just met with my Awaken 180 coach, and I've now lost more than 150 pounds. That is a real number, not an exaggeration. Some of you may think, wow, if she lost that much, how much had she gained? Well, that's a story for another day. But what I can tell you is Awaken 180 has changed my life, and maybe saved my life. I thought I might have been at a point of no return, but with Awaken 180, you never are. There's no medications, no fad diets, just a coach you meet with weekly who you can trust, a meal plan that makes sense, and that you'll enjoy. It's honestly a miracle. If you want to lose weight, even if you have a lot of weight to lose like me, Awaken 180 truly is the way to go. If that's where you are, try Awaken 180 today.
I'm Frank Frangie, but take it from my kid. If you want to lose weight the right way, call 1-844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
19 minutes after the noon hour, it is XL Primetime. Joe C. Matty Hayes, check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Big Sirs, the Hurricane Hall of Famer, and JJ LaSalva. We are hanging out, and let's get into some Jaguar talk right now because the NFL owners' meetings are taking place in Phoenix, Arizona, and I do expect at some point for it to come out officially. I believe this would be the meeting that would come out where everything is ratified, approved when it comes to the Jags, the away from Jacksonville year. So you can expect that a little bit later on, I would expect. But let's get into the two big pieces of news for your Jaguars. And actually, it's kind of a three-pronger. One is Anton Harrison. The other is Parker Washington and Brenton Strange possibly being inked to extensions. And then the other one is what Liam Cohen said about his football team after going 13-4 and making the postseason. We want to get to that last. But Big Sirs, let's start off with Anton Harrison, who is a guy that is now everyone's being told that he will pick up, the Jaguars will pick up his 5-year extension, his 5th-year extension, and keep him part of the Jaguars' talent at right tackle. What say you about that? And just in terms of letting him know that he's going to hear for another year.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think Anton Harrison's play has been consistent. I think he's been one of the more solid offensive linemen on the team, more durable offensive linemen on the team, when being healthy and all. And I think it started this spring. I think that Liam Cohen saw potential in Anton, but he had a lot of fire in him. And he did. He called him out on numerous occasions about his play, but his durability. He said that Anton Harrison he's good when he wants to be.
Right.
That's an indictment on Anton. So, that means he's looking for Anton to be a lot more consistent with his play, especially starting spring ball, and that's where it starts. And it carried over into the season. I think for the most part, he had a consistent season out of all the offensive linemen.
You know what's interesting is I don't even think we needed Liam Cohen to say that Anton is good when he wants to be. I think we knew that. You can watch him play, and I think you can tell like he's into a game. Like when he's playing, when he's on,
right.
I actually think he's really good when he's on.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, my answer back to you is that we didn't need to hear him say it, but Anton.
He did. Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
But my point is, I think we all could see that. You can very easily see that. But the flip side of that is when he's on, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's one of the best right tackles in the league when he's on.
Mm-hmm.
When he's not, he gets lost, right?
Yeah, he does. He does. He's physical with his hands. He transitions well out of his stance. He sits. He's not top heavy. He doesn't whiff on guys.
No, he's
that
a
kind
big
of stuff.
dude.
He's
yeah.
a big dude, big athletic dude that can move his feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see a little bit more out of him in the run game when it comes to the get offs and finishing and getting to the second level. But his pass protecting play is solid as far as keeping guys caught.
Also, bro, when we saw him with the players, which was how many weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
About 2 weeks ago.
He looked good.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Like lean and like best shape of his career.
Yeah, he did.
And I know you hear that all the time, but he's in the best shape of his career. He looked really good.
All right, so let's play the game. Okay, so Anton Harrison, first-round draft pick. They pick up the fifth-year option on him. They're now looking ahead. Is he your permanent right tackle, or based on what happens this year with a Cole Van Lanen? We don't know whether Walker Little's still going to be part of this roster or if he's going to be moved, but let's just play the game, Big Sirs.
Mm-hmm.
If, for whatever reason, they don't pick a left tackle in the draft, which we don't expect that they will, Van Lanen / Walker Little doesn't quite work as well at the left tackle spot. Do you see Anton Harrison, who played left tackle a bunch at Oklahoma, being viewed as a possibility to move over?
It will have to be emergency purposes only,
Okay.
because he's established himself consistently at the right tackle position. And if I'm even his agent, I wouldn't want to move him over to the left.
Okay.
Now, he probably could move over to the left to help the team out, but his established money, because right tackles get paid now. It used to just be the left tackles. Right tackles gets paid now. And if he's consistent at his one position where he is, I wouldn't burn money going to the left, and he may struggle.
Okay. Now,
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair what you're saying. Right tackles still do make little below left tackles too.
That's true.
So you could also bet on himself.
But
You could also go to left, bet on yourself.
Yeah,
have a
he
big
could.
season
He could.
and cash in, man.
He could, yeah.
Absolutely cash in.
That's a coin flip. You know you're going to get paid that right.
I mean, life is a coin flip, bro. You know that.
Well, no.
Well,
bird in the hand, beast two in the
Well,
bush.
look, I think he. First off, we don't know what's going on with Cole Van Lanen. We don't know about the injury, right? We don't know if he's a legit. They think he's a legit, be it left tackle or right tackle, right?
Yeah.
Because the way they paid him,
Well,
they
he
think he's legit.
cross-trained, too.
Yeah.
He played at so many different positions.
You're not extending that guy, not giving him a contract last year if you don't believe in who he is and what he's about, and you're not paying him that kind of money to be a guard. So he's definitely going to be a tackle. The question is, which tackle is he going to be?
Yeah. Well, I remember.
And is he healthy?
Remember Orlando Brown started as a Raven at right tackle. The left tackle went down and moved him to left tackle. And then he had a Pro Bowl year. Then when the left tackle came back, they said, hey, listen, we're going to move you back to right. He's like, no, I've already established myself at left. I'm going to make this left tackle money. If that happens with Anton Harrison, it could happen, because the verdict is still out on Van Lanen. He's giving us an appetizer. He hasn't given us a full-course meal.
I don't even think he's giving us an appetizer. It's like a moosh boosh, really.
Well, I mean, down the stretch.
Tiny little bites, what you've got from Van Lanen.
I mean, Well, how many games did he start at left tackle? Maybe 4, 3, 4?
I don't even think that many, was it?
It might have been at least 3.
I'd have to go back and look. I think at least 4.
Yeah, at least 4. That's a
like
hefty,
Circe is saying.
That's a hefty contract.
That might have been an appetizer. Okay.
We're talking 22 now also.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, late 22. So I have to go back and look.
But still a hefty contract for a guy who's only started 4 games.
Yes. But they're convinced, obviously. And again, you're not paying him that kind of money to play guard. He is a tackle.
He's a tackle, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All right, so when you look at Anton Harrison, the other reason I wanted to bring it up with Leon is because Penei Sewell is one of your dudes. You look at him and with great respect and reverence with the way he plays the right tackle. Now they're going to move him to left tackle. And so the Detroit Lions, look, we know how talented he is, but they're going to move that big man from one side to the other. I don't know whether it'll work or not, but that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, they paid him accordingly. The highest paid right tackle in the league. So if they are they transitioning from left tackle? Their left tackle. Did their left tackle retire? Or who was the guy you told?
I got to look up what position he played, but there was a Lions player who just retired, and they asked for a portion of his signing bonus back.
Yeah, so that might have been the left tackle. So yeah, I feel comfortable enough with Penei Sewell's play that he could play left tackle.
Yeah,
but can he play it well? You can move a guy over there all you want.
Yeah,
but can
Frank Ragnow?
Okay, Frank
Ragnow. Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right.
So Penei did play left tackle in college. Again, it's kind of like Anton
long.
Harrison. Obviously there's a big difference in college and the NFL, but it's not like it would be for him, I guess is the best way to say both for him and Anton Harrison. It's not like you're going to say, Anton, you're playing left tackle, and he's going to go, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. And the only reason I think is, like I said, there's two reasons to bring it up. You don't 100% know for sure how set you are at left tackle. You feel good about what Cole Van Lanen was and represents, but you don't know for sure if he's going to have it on lock at left tackle. Anton Harrison improved, gelled, developed, took that next step at his position. And I'm going to call it natural because he's played 3 years at right tackle in the National Football League. So I think I can call it natural position right now. And so then you would shake things up. We go back to training camp, and they were moving them back and forth, Walker and Anton, for a bit of time in training camp, just to try and shake things up and see exactly where they want to settle in.
Well, I appreciated that. They shook the tree. They made the guys on the offensive line feel uncomfortable about their position, had to earn it. They told them that this I don't know what they said allegedly. I'm speculating, but they said that this is open season as far as guys with these positions.
Right.
Everybody, y'all are competing for these starting positions, and I like that because nobody did anything enough in my book from last year to walk into last season's training camp with a solid position to solidify that position.
Parker Washington, Brenton Strange, Anton Harrison. Who gets the next deal first?
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
I think Parker Washington, actually.
I feel like
I know his resume is more limited than Anton's.
Yeah.
But boy, the way he played last year.
Yeah. And I feel
that's
like
a dude you don't want to go to market.
Anton's last on the list because they just picked up the option,
right?
Which does give them that extra year. He can go into his fourth offseason next year and be looking for a contract. But back to what you just said, the Parkers and the Brentons,
but
they're looking for a payday.
But here's the thing, though: if they want Anton Harrison to play left tackle, that leverages them to get him re-signed. Before I think it would.
Okay.
If I'm his agent, they say, "Hey, listen, we're concerned about Van Lanen. We're not sure if we're going to start to see. We're thinking about moving Anton to left tackle. Well, then I need left tackle money.
Yeah.
The hell with that option play.
And so you might want to get, if you are going to lock him up.
Yeah.
At a right tackle price. Like you said, it's climbing. The respect level is going up to the right tackle.
I'm saying if they want to move him to left tackle.
Right, but do you believe in him right now? Like, do you want to pay him? Because he's still kind of hit and miss, right?
No, you gave Van Lanen a big-time extension for 4 games. I'm
True,
you,
that's a great point.
I'm his agent. That's what I'm saying. Y'all paid this man for 4 games.
That's
My guy's been here 4 years and has solidified the right tackle
now,
position.
To be fair, they're not going to pay. Anton's not going to want what Van Lanen got, okay? Anton's going to want a lot more.
Yeah.
My gosh, yes.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, totally different. So if you look, I'm just looking to see if I can pull up the numbers.
That's kind of why I said if you're the Jags, you say, well, we want to wait first. We're going to wait and see how you perform at left tackle. And then he's in the same situation that Josh Hines Allen was. The exact same situation.
Yeah, who do you think it helps more to wait a year, the player or the team?
Excuse me, Ate.
The what now?
Who do you think it helps more to wait a year, the player or the team?
Oh, my gosh. I feel like Anton Harrison, every time you wait, if you perform.
Right.
Every time you wait, you
that's
make
what
money.
I'm asking, yeah.
Because I would always say Cam Robinson, as much as he doesn't like the franchise tag, every day that goes along, he's making more money.
Not only that, look what Etienne signed for with the Saints.
Yeah.
Like when you bet on yourself and you don't get hurt, and you play well, man, that always, it's just like a...
Right, not a bad total.
No.
For him.
You're going to get some good cash.
What was it, 4 years, $50+ million?
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good. And so,
and if Anton moves to left and plays well,
then
then it's going to be. Yeah. He'll be one of the top 5 left tackles in the
team.
Yeah. The price goes way up then. All right, so you guys chime in, 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. First off, I got to imagine most of you are happy Anton Harrison does have his 5th-year option picked up. How much is he worth? You see him at right tackle forever. You see him maybe competing and moving over depending on what happens with the left tackle spot. You let us know, 641-1010. It is XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care. Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative, letting you know that Hardball now offers web stores, so your employees can order their own branded gear, and you have more time for Wordle. Check it out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. It's a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day with a rate that's at a 3-year loan. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out all their credit cards, started a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,500. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much cash you can get. No hard credit pull up front. Imagine, this time next week, you could be credit card debt-free. Loan Pronto, A-rated by the BBB, with nearly 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Liberty Landscape Supply is sponsoring Whiteout Cancer Night with the Jacksonville Icemen, Friday, April 3rd. Wear your Iceman gear in store and grab free game tickets while supplies last. Bring your ticket back with any $25 purchase and get a free 1-gallon plant. Liberty Landscape Supply has been making outdoor projects simple in Jacksonville for nearly 20 years. Find one of the 4 area locations at libertylandscapesupply.com.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home this week and weekend at ViStar Ballpark. Tonight, enjoy 2-for-1 hot dogs courtesy of Stallmeyer. Tomorrow, it's day baseball in Duval with a noon start time on a Yingling Business Person Special powered by Miller Electric. Baseball all week and weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable, family, fun.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. Big Chief Tire makes getting new tires easier than ever with the Big Chief credit card. There's no annual fee, low monthly payments, and great promotional financing. Plus, you get free flat repairs and rotations, even $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. I love how simple they make everything at Big Chief Tire. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com to apply for the credit card and let Big Chief help you get back on the road with confidence.
Northeast Florida's highest-rated residential home electrical contractor is American Electrical, providing unsurpassed quality in Duval, St. Johns, Clay, and Nassau counties. No matter your electrical problem or project, large or small, American Electrical will get it done at a price that's right. High-quality electrician, that's who they are. Trust a company that's been on the First Coast for decades, proudly serving the community while being a big part of the community. Call American Electrical for all your electric needs at 737-7770. Wired right at a fair price.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
Want a one-stop shop when it comes to commercial or residential construction? Then pick Preferred Builders. They should be high on your list. Over 70 years of construction experience combined with exceptional product and service warranties. They've got a team ready to tackle any size project. In fact, they built their business in Duval by offering superior work at reasonable prices, and reputation over time means something. Honest and knowledgeable, reliable and responsive. Be sure and put Preferred Builders into your game plan for your next construction project. That's Preferred Builders.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right, now. Wingstop is now open with deliveries to 1 a.m.
Late night.
Late night. Solve those late night cravings, those hot, crispy wings.
How late?
1 a.m., bro.
1 a.m.
At the door step.
Wow.
And guess what? You know what? You got to have the extra ranch, bro.
Double dip.
Double dip is the extra ranch.
It's Hacker's favorite.
Yeah, of course it is. So, hey, listen, we've been talking about Anton Harrison moving to the left tackle position, and I'm a fan of Anton at the right tackle position on several occasions because, first of all, he transitions well. Mm-hmm. He's physical with his hands. Only thing that I have, and I'm being petty because I play the right tackle position.
Nitpicky.
I'm
just a little,
a little
critical.
A little critical, overcritical, sort of say. I would like to see him kick one more time before he You know, because he has he kicks well, good angles, gets on guys, reaches a little bit, and then when he reaches, he turns the gate, which means that there's no need to turn the gate. All you got to do is just kick again, get yourself in a position where you can put your hands on him and ride him past the quarterback.
Okay.
Now,
when he reaches with his right arm.
When he reaches, he reaches, he has a tendency to turn the gate, which means that Trevor's right-handed. When he turns the gate and a guy's coming, Trevor can see it, step up, and he can push Trevor.
He just takes him right up the field.
Push the defender past the quarterback. All right. Now, at the left tackle position, all right, you don't have that luxury of turning the gate, to be quite honest with you. You've got to be able to kick at that angle, force him wide, because the quarterback can't see. The quarterback can't see what's coming up behind him, so he doesn't know to step up. That's what Walker Little had so much trouble with when he went with defenders and gave up sacks, is that he would not kick enough, turn the gate, and then give up a sack. You got to kick, force him wide, and then the quarterback will have the luxury of seeing the defender pass by him.
Great point.
And, so I'm just saying, there's little nuances that he probably has to work on.
Right.
From going to right tackle to left tackle. I think and I was a right tackle that played the blind side.
You did protect the blind side.
But the best thing that ever happened to me is that they never told me I was protecting the blind side, because I could still solidify how violent I wanted to play the game when it came to defenders. I ain't worried about pushing defenders. I was trying to punch the hell out of them. You know, give them the seat to sit at.
So since you were protecting the blind side, in the rare times when you got beat, which is less than 10, obviously.
Well, I gave up 11 sacks.
Okay, less than 12. How about that? Did you scream? Did left tackles or tackles, do they, blindside guys, right or left, when they get beat and the guy goes by them and their quarterback's going to get hit, do you guys like to have a word, you scream, or?
Yeah.
Run?
No, it's
like they say, Peter, Peter, Peter for the punt when you're trying to get away from it.
It's sugar honey iced tea. You put the letters
exactly.
together.
Hall A. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
That's what you scream with the quarterback, and then he knows.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah. By the time you get to ice, he's on the ground.
Yeah, he's on the ground by that time.
And that's as simple as it gets. All right. One of our you guys can watch us on YouTube. Just hit the stream. Just go to 1010XL on YouTube and click on the link. And Jack's Faithful saying it's a pipe dream to move him to left tackle. Agree with Big Dog here. All pro right tackle. Keep Anton on the right side. Established player. That part I do get, because 3 years of work and a step-up year this past year where the coach challenged him. He seems to have answered the bell, and that means he is putting the time in and paying attention to those intricate things that you're talking
and he
about.
understands this. This is a big year for him, because he's going to get that contract.
Yeah.
He's looking to get that big-time contract. So, I mean, that's a red flag sometimes, but I mean, he's been more consistent and consistent in his career here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I would agree.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I would definitely agree with that.
So, I mean, understanding that you're going to make a lot of money in a couple of years, I mean, I'm okay with that, long as I've seen a steady flow of your talent throughout the season. And I saw a lot of it last year. saw a lot of it his rookie year. Anytime his rookie year, he got baptized by Chris Jones, who doesn't.
Right. I hate to say this, but he's going along the exact same trajectory as Juwan. Very similar. Almost identical, actually.
No, I wouldn't say that, because he's not
great first season. Played much better than you thought he would. And he kind of was like up and down for 2 years, and then bang.
Not. Are you talking Juwan?
Or a year, I mean.
Yeah,
a year and then bang. Yeah. Right, but I'm saying. Juwan was up and down.
Right. The way I look at it is strong rookie performance, not nearly as what you were hoping for, step forward, second year.
Regress.
Third
just like
year,
Juwan.
powered back up. And so that's. Whereas Juwan started to get a few more flags, started to do some things that didn't necessarily help you.
Right, but even though he had flags in his fourth year, he was still a good player.
Yeah.
You could tell he was much more consistent, which is kind of what I mean. If it's not the same amount of time, Juwan was 4 years, Anton's 3, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think they're very similar in the way they've gone up and down.
Yeah, but Juwan was always teetering on being offsides, bro. I mean, beyond.
I don't disagree, but he also played really well.
He did.
Because he went through, obviously, Kansas City, which it's worth pointing out. Kansas City releases him after signing a 4-year, $80 million deal, $60 million guaranteed. He is still out there, just waiting to see what is going to happen.
Right.
Just because people are not going to pay the price that Kansas City paid him, and that's probably the price he's thinking or expecting. And just to give you an idea, this is AI talking, the gap in 2022 between left tackle average salary, the top 10, and the gap between the top 10 left tackles average salary in 2022 was 16.3 versus the top 10 right tackles 9.3. So that's basically a $7 million difference, almost doubled, according to AI.
Yeah, I mean, that's
The
if you really
current
want to bet on yourself.
Yeah,
If
the
you-
current market.
Yeah.
The gap is tightening. Now, right tackles, be still your foolish heart, Leon, when you hear this, elite right tackles now earn $20 million to $28 million. Okay? And Rashawn Slater is a guy on the left side that is over that number approaching the $30 million. But at the very least, right tackles have caught up a little bit with left tackle.
Right, but I guess my point is, in Leon's too, is if he moves to the left and bets on himself, with the cap now had just expanded significantly this year, I mean, he's going to be paid among the top 5 left tackles in the league.
If he were to move there.
Yeah,
That's my point.
Yeah.
But the gap has shrunk a little bit between right and left based on what Leon said. There's
And
a
the
little
top
more,
5 would put him where? 33, 34 million?
somewhere in that neighborhood. 8 left tackles. Rashawn Slater at 28.5, his average annual value. Trent Williams, 27.5. Tristan Wirfs and Penei Sewell, 28. I have to look and see what Penei's new deal is.
Yeah, well, traditionally, the best athlete or the best lineman between the 5 plays left tackle. So amongst the guys right now that we have, if Anton's the best guy, if he's the best guy, most durable guy on it, you got to move him to left.
All right, so 2 things we got to bring up. Our XLP Big 3 with the free safety position. Free safety, we'll get to that coming up. And then also what Liam Cohen said about stink. You got to stick around for it because it doesn't stink that he said it.
XL Prime Time, driven by Duval Ford. The NBA is on 1010XL.
With 8 games left to go in their season, Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic look to rally in the Valley against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
Tonight at 7 on 1010 AM.
Pickin here. See clearly with the Eye Associates and trusted optometrists Zachary Boskool and Alice LaFlamme. From comprehensive eye exams, dry eye care, glaucoma management, diabetic eye care, and more, Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme are dedicated to protecting your vision. Immediate availability at all 5 Jacksonville locations. Schedule today with Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme by calling the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD at 296-0098.
The doctors at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists have resolved my hip and foot issues, and I'm back to training for the 2028 Olympics in LA. This is Garrett Scantley, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is David Garrard. Following my knee surgeries and recovery, I'm continuing to feel great and would recommend Southeast Orthopedic to anyone who's experiencing orthopedic pain.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey ham, melted cheddar and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Get ready for spring turkey season at Green Acres Sporting Goods. Find shotguns trusted in the field from Browning, Beretta, and Benelli. Plus, the newest bows are ready to test shoot from Hoyt and Matthews. For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has helped Northeast Florida hunters gear up with confidence. Stop by Green Acres today at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard or shop online anytime at greenacresporting.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. I've heard people selling diamonds saying they have high-quality diamonds at rock-bottom prices. Can that happen?
Frank, that'd be like a Mercedes dealer saying they sold at the same price as a Yugo. That just doesn't happen in any industry, and people who believe it are always the ones looking for something too good to be true, and they normally find out later it was. In diamonds, when you talk about higher quality diamonds with credible diamond grading reports from GIA, AGS, or Forevermark, the prices are higher, but so is the quality and value. Now, for a customer to understand that, they have to try to learn things like going to the internet, but they're going to get confused because they don't have an expert to ask questions to. The best way to get answers is to come in one of our stores and ask one of our professionals what those questions are and have them explain real diamonds to you. The result will be you'll understand more about a diamond's quality, price, and value by coming in.
Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, and at the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Termite swarms are active right now in Jacksonville, and once they get inside, damage can happen fast. Termites don't knock, they silently attack the structure of your home, leaving behind costly repairs and long-term headaches. Protect what you've worked hard for with the proven protection homeowners trust. Terminix Day, with advanced termite treatment and prevention solutions. Visit Terminix.com and schedule your free termite inspection today.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
Some unfortunate news in the golf world. We saw Colin Morikawa have to withdraw from the Players like on hole 2 of the tournament with back issues. Well, he just withdrew from this week's Texas Open, which is unfortunate. It's obviously the last warm-up event before the Masters, so it looks like we're going to be without one of the best golfers in the world in Augusta next week.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that maybe a saving grace for him is that if he does withdraw this week, gets treatment, yada, yada, yada.
More time to heal.
Yeah, and then a little time, but it doesn't, like you said, it does not bode well for Morikawa. And he took a practice swing on the 10th hole. I believe that was his first hole.
It was his second.
Was it his second?
He had played one hole, yeah, so it was 11 maybe.
So 11? Okay. And it was it. And he felt one twinge, and we all talked about it. We looked at the video. There was nothing major that made him, like, fall down to the ground or anything. It's just, it sucks. And he knew instantly that there was something was not right. All right, let's go to the draft, and let's do our XLP Big Three. Free safety position. And if you look over the history of your Jaguars at that position, whenever they do walk to the podium and they make the announcement, it could be a first rounder, could be a late rounder. There just aren't a whole hell of a lot of free safeties. Do you want to go with your number one, Big Sirs?
Well, we all know who the number one is, right?
Yeah, even though, and you know what it is? It's a career award. I'll just 100% say it right now as far as their best free safety. It's a career award. All right, go with your number three.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Who you got the best
Not
free
here.
safety?
I got him Chris Hudson, no?
Well, it's so funny because all right, let's just do it. XLP Big Three. You can do all three of them right now, Big Stars.
Okay, all right. I'm not, wait a minute. I was trying to verify this with you off the air.
Yeah.
Reggie Nelson.
He is
He's
free
free,
safety.
yeah.
Okay, he's the free. Okay,
And basically what I thought Matt was going to say was Reggie, and it's a career
he's my
award.
two.
Yeah,
He's mine too.
Yeah, it's a career award because he was not what they hoped he would be here because it just didn't
Right,
work.
but got better, right.
Oh my gosh, he was a very, very good Cincinnati Bengal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Marlon McCree?
Marlon McCree started a handful of games here, former Kentucky Wildcat, a free safety.
He was a free safety.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, it was hard to find free safeties, bro.
Oh, believe me.
It was.
And I'm going back and looking, and if
I
you
got
look,
news for you. Antonio Johnson could easily move into that.
I have him among my
You
top
have him in
three.
your top three?
Yes, because he picked off 5 footballs last year.
That is true.
Literally, he literally had a half a season. You're banking on a half a season.
I am 100% putting him in my XLP Big
God,
Three.
this team cannot draft people.
All right, who else you got, Big?
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
that's your 3.
no, and I had Chris Hudson in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I had Chris Hudson as my free. But I mean, your man and Antonio, 5 picks is. I can't think of a free safety in their whole. I mean, maybe in their whole career had 5 picks, let alone for one season.
No. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. My 3 are Chris Hudson, Reggie Nelson, and Antonio Johnson. And it was between Antonio Johnson and Marlon McCree. I was back and forth on it, and then I figured.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny.
I mean, right now he's one of their guys that's got they're going to have to make a decision on him after this year.
So the other guy I put in there, I put in Reggie the Eraser. I put in Antonio Johnson. I put in Andre Cisco.
Okay, the ball hawk.
Yeah.
Ball hawk.
He was also kind of more of a strong, though. Man.
But he was good until he wasn't.
He was.
I think he was more of a strong.
Yeah. Oh, he was more free.
You think
At
so?
least that's the way I see him. And when you just take a look back at the two guys that were back there, anyways,
It was him and Dewey, right?
Yeah, yeah. And so Andre was definitely Dre was more of the free.
That's true.
And
that's true.
When he went into that last year, that he just did not make enough plays. But for a couple of years, he was pretty good.
He looked heavier.
He did. Remember, this was the year that they all gained weight.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they said goodbye to him. They didn't offer him another deal.
Is he still in the league?
But I
went
believe,
to the Jets, I believe. He went to the Jets.
This is so fun for me, and we'll go through it when we go from free safety to strong safety. But you start taking a look at the guys that were drafted at that position, and there just aren't a whole heck of a lot of them. You could name a guy, if you go back in time, like Gerald Sensabaugh, who played both positions, but was signed here to go to Dallas and was more of a free safety. Started more games as a free safety.
Yeah, he's a strong for the Jets, Andre Cisco.
Yeah. Is that what it's saying there?
Playing strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like I said, there's more of a hybrid now, and we'll ask Coach
Right,
Ingram.
it's more left and right now than it is strong and free.
Yeah, and when he pops in with us in the 1 o'clock hour, what happened to the distinction? But you usually had a guy. Donovan Darius was never being accused of being a free safety.
Right, playing closer to the line of scrimmage, closer to the box.
So it's usually the in the box safety, and I just really didn't necessarily remember Andre Cisco as that guy.
You also got a lot of 4.25s back there now too.
Yeah,
and you don't really,
very true.
You don't really have a strong safety. You need two free safeties is what you need.
Yeah,
you need two cover guys back there.
Yeah, and these guys, they do need to have that skill set that you're describing.
Oh,
because
yeah.
if you go to a nickel, you go to a dime, whatever you decide to do, the 4-2-5, like you're describing, you in that case, you've pulled a linebacker off the field, you've put another either cornerback or safety back there, and that's why we saw maybe a lot of Dewey and a couple of other guys back there that they were hoping would be able to make those types of plays.
I mean, that's the biggest difference between the two leagues, other than the best of the best players. College football now, the base defense is 4-2-5. That is the base right now
because they're just throwing it all over.
They just throw it all over the place, right? And the NFL is
very close to that.
moving toward it, right? The NFL's still using the 3-man fronts and the 4-man fronts, and I think in college, I actually think that the 3-man fronts almost to the point where it's out. But when they have it, it's like a 3-3-5. They always have 5 DBs on the field, always.
Yeah, well, I think the psyche so in my era was the free safety was more the ball hawk, and the strong safety more the eraser.
Hitter, yeah.
You know? I mean, because like you said, everybody's throwing the ball around now. And they're running those 4-2-5s. Now you have two frees who try to make plays on the balls instead of being enforcers for guys who come through the middle.
Right.
Like you can't have a guy who can't run back there. You can't.
Yeah, you could have an enforcer and an eraser because that was Reggie Nelson's nickname, is because he would just erase the big play. But Florida would let him play, quote, that center field position in college. He comes here. It just did not work. This is kind of the beginning of the decay of first-round picks for this team. Let's make this real quick. Let's do it in an instant right now, JJ.
Now, Josie's 10-10 take. Serviced by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes. Oil changes in 15 minutes or less. Guaranteed.
So it instantly pops in my head when we're talking about this that Reggie Nelson may have been the beginning of just terrible streak of first-round draft picks. Now, in the end, Reggie Nelson had himself a decent career. Like we said, he goes up to Cincinnati. He plays his rear end off. He plays that center field position and played it pretty well. But if you go over time, the next year, Reggie was a first-round draft pick. They drafted him a little further outside of the top 20. So you certainly were getting a good player, but they just didn't get as much out of him as they wanted. The next year, they began a string of top 10 picks that just did not pan out or were way below average. Derek Harvey, they traded up in 2008 into that 8th spot to get him. Then you go down the line with Eugene Monroe, Tyson Alualu, good player, but never a great player for a top 10 pick. Blaine Gabbert, also a top 10 pick. Justin Blackmon, a top 5 pick. We know how that went. And you go on and on down the line with the Luke Jokels of the world. And the boat is still the boat. The boat got him to the AFC Championship game. That will always count. And then the Dante Fowler, you didn't necessarily see him flash the way you were hoping. And the list goes on and on.
That's the biggest takeaway of this exercise we're doing right now, is they previously had no idea how to draft. All of them except for Tom Coughlin.
Right. Not well enough. Not well enough. To constantly reload and replenish a roster, they just didn't do a very good job of it.
There were some picks that were just there. Jalen Ramsey was there.
Right. And
Trevor Lawrence was there.
And he walked in and was instantly a starter, became an all-pro. You can put an HOF discussion right next to his name.
Those are like don't be stupid picks.
Yeah.
But the rest of my God, it's like almost 90%. You might be like bordering on 90% of the first-round picks where you're like.
C.J. Henderson, another top 10 pick.
Yes.
Leonard Fournette was a man for a while, but it just did not work out. We'll keep it rolling into the 1 o'clock hour. We'll ask one of our coaches, Gerald Ingram, to chime in on that subject. It is XLP.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Hear everything you need to know about Duval's home team every day.
I didn't see a lot of blitz. You got 4 deep guys.
On the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
We went to probably 4 or 5 jewelry stores.
Jacksonville's Mitch Vandal went to the town center looking for an engagement ring, but found the big box corporate jewelry experience wasn't for him.
Nobody's really helping us. One of the stores, some people walked in behind us and they were offered beer and champagne, and I'm wearing shorts and a cutoff, so I don't really look the part. So I was like, well, I guess we'll go somewhere else. I don't know if they think we can afford to shop here or what.
So he went across and discovered locally owned Beards Diamonds.
When I walked in, everybody just said, hey, welcome in. Welcome to Beards.
Mitch loved the service and attention he got at Beards and ended up with a bigger, better quality diamond.
It was about twice the size of what I thought I could afford, and it was also about twice the size of what my wife thought she wanted.
Today, Mitch tells all his friends, shop local, shop Beards.
You're going to get the best deal on the best diamond.
Unbeatable value, unmatched selection, uncompromising personal service.
Anybody that I know, I want them to shop at Beards.
Beards Diamonds, St. John's Town Center.
That's the buzzer. And on Hard Rock Bet, buzzer beaters mean bonus bets. Every time a team you bet to win or cover hits a game-winning buzzer beater, you score a $25 bonus bet. An extra $25 on top of your winnings. Just opt in and bet $5 on any team. As many teams as you want, all tourney. Win bonus bets at the buzzer. Only on Hard Rock Bet.
Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Wing Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Most things are easy when you're motivated. The question is, what happens when you're not? That's where Awaken 180 was different for me, Sneaky Joe, Bowerly, Beamer, and everyone else I know. Get motivated at awaken180weightloss.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Don't wait around like you're the last pick of the draft. When your car needs an oil change, go where you're a first-round priority. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Just drive in, stay in your car, and in 15 minutes, you're back on the road. That's a first-round performance. With convenient Jacksonville locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 Quick Lube for customer service by Forbes, Valvoline delivers every time. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Drive in today.
Hey there, E.T. here with 1010XL. And here's a little how to be cool secret. No need to wait for an anniversary or a birthday. I'll just simply dial up Kuhn Flowers and send someone something special for absolutely no reason. It's really fun. And I can do it online at kuhnflowers.com.
Here's a health and wellness tip from orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Here's a simple tip for shoulder health to improve your posture. Slouching can put extra stress on your shoulders, leading to pain and injury. Make sure your head is over your shoulders are relaxed and pulled back, and your spine is properly aligned. whether you're sitting or standing. If you sit for long periods of time, make sure to get up and take breaks and work on pulling your shoulders back. Get up and get moving, Jacks, and go Jags.
Stay healthy with orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out, Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyoublow.com.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by G&H Tires and Service at the NFL's annual league meeting in Phoenix. Jacksonville Jaguars General Manager James Gladstone said the franchise will exercise the fifth-year option on offensive tackle Anton Harrison. According to Ryan O'Halloran, Harrison has played 48 regular season games, all starts, with Jacksonville since being drafted to the team with the 27th overall pick in 2023. Right now, 79 degrees at 102. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Cool to have one of our coaches in, Coach Gerald Ingram, longtime running backs coach in the National Football League. He a holder of 2 Super Bowl rings as he was up there with Tom Coughlin with the New York Football Giants after starting things here with the expansion franchise. Coach Ingram, how you doing?
Oh, it's great to be here. Great to be around you guys. You guys are fun. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna ask you to provide a little more fun and intel and drop some knowledge on us as we're talking draft and personnel selections and so on. But Big Surge ran through a safari menu at the Stogie Fest that included kangaroo. Did you happen to?
Oh, it was a phenomenal day. It was great. You know, it's the first time I experienced something like that. And, you know, Leon is definitely king around there. He's definitely that. But it was well orchestrated.
You were presiding over.
I met a lot of good people there, and you know, the owners of the hockey team here were there.
Oh, okay, good.
And he had a lot of different people, and some of the reps that were there were really good, very knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got some great cigars, got some good eye candy too.
Yeah.
So it was a good weekend. And then on top of it, sit there and watch the University of Michigan win. You know, that was good. And then I was loving Duke for half. And then I don't know what happened. I left right around then, so I had to go home, do something. And and I got home, I'm like, what did Duke do?
They blew it.
19-point lead.
Instead of the BLUE Devils, they blew it.
They did blow it. They blew it. Yeah, we had a good time, Coach. You ain't talking about the throne I was sitting on, by the way, the chair.
Yeah, I was talking.
I am the crown.
Thank you.
The throne. But definitely.
Had me on.
Well done. A lot better than I thought. I had no idea what I was in for.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really well done. I mean, the venue, everything, the way it's laid out. You know, I popped in there Friday night, and John Henderson popped in, and Larry Smith. Some other guys here and there. So it was well done.
We got to get L. Smith in with us to talk some FSU ball as well, because I know he is riding around a bunch. But I want to ask 2 questions. One about a quote that Liam Cohen had that Ryan O'Halloran gave us on X that I want you to chime in on. But the first one, we were just talking about the personnel. And so I want to kind of start off with our conversation with you. As a coaching staff, you are basically given your ammunition in a way. This is going to be the group of guys that you are responsible for in your position room, and in your case, running backs.
Mm-hmm.
And you have little choice, correct? I mean, you have input on guys you like, but how does that dynamic work?
Well, there's one thing that's great about working with Tom. He always wanted us to have input no matter what, what it was, because he always understood, the dynamics of is the people across the hall think differently than the people who are designing the X's and O's.
Right.
And a lot of times, at a lot of places, you take a guy that doesn't fit, and all of a sudden you get excited about a guy. I hate to bring up names about certain people. When we were here, we took a guy who was a 3-4 linebacker and trying to make him put his hand in the dirt every down, and that's not what he is.
Right.
So we don't have that say-so at the end of the day, and you got to deal with what you have, because when you acquire that player, you better make him work.
Yeah.
And that was always, as a college player going to the NFL, I didn't think that way, because when you go to recruit a kid, you bring these kids in, compete, and the best one wins. Well, the NFL, for years it didn't work that way. You give Liam a little bit of credit this year and say, hey, the best player is going to play, as opposed to where they drafted him, how much money he's making, and all those kind of things. So, yeah, as a coach, you had to take a kid and say, okay, did I do my best job of coaching this guy? Because he's our guy.
Yeah.
I can stand there and bitch all I want that this guy doesn't fit, he doesn't do this. I mean, we took David Wilson, loved the hell out, great track runner
up in New York,
at V-Tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, he had a neck injury. This guy didn't protect you, okay? Let alone your daughter or anybody else. And he showed it on tape. And I'm like, wait a minute, we got a $100 million quarterback with Eli Manning. Yeah. And I'm like, why are we, even Kevin Gilbride's trying to understand. Well, they made that decision based off of stats, based off of all these other things, other than make him better. The importance of he's got to be able to do these things to protect. He's not at the New England Patriots where they scat the running back out 90% of the time, as opposed to protecting with Woodard.
Right.
And those that wasn't us. We expect our guys to pick up blitzes, protect Eli Manning, run the routes, run the ball, help the offensive line, do all these things. He wouldn't use those kind of things. You thought it was going to change, but you have to develop it. You have to make it better.
Right.
So from a coach's standpoint, you're stuck with what you have. You have to become a better coach.
Well, Coach, listen, I think a lot of our early success as the Jaguars had a lot to do with the fact of the talent evaluation as far as in the draft and in free agency. I mean, when you draft Boselli, James Stewart, Freddie T, Donovan Darius, Tony Brackens, Kevin Hardy, we're talking about all pro guys, and then you have a nice
good,
My God, that's a guy that knows how to draft.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we was able to sustain ourselves as a team, because we had a good variation of good young talent.
Yes.
And then we had a good variation of much mature talent, and it kind of meshed. And that's the reason why we were able to sustain 4 years of success here in Jacksonville.
Definitely, because, when we had the year of being here, we didn't have the full staff, but we were able to come here. And when we were in the trailers, when they took the stadium down, we were able to go on the road to all these teams, and it was great. And I was involved. We had talked about the evaluation of offense, defense, and special teams of every player of every division, every week. And we met as a group, as a staff, with Rick Reapers and some of these other people. But remember, Tom was a GM. So when you have a head coach as a GM, which is, we've all seen how proven that is. It's hard.
Yeah.
But Tom saw how that dynamic was over the years, coaches getting fired because they're really not our guys. We're forced to have those kind of guys. He wanted guys like you. He wanted big stuff. He had a plan. He wanted to come into Jacksonville and say, hey, we're going to play great defense. We're going to play great offense, running the ball, and we're going to have balance. But he also hired coaches here that had the same belief, even though they could bring something to the table. Kevin Gilbride is a run and shoot guy.
Right.
For the most part, it was 4-5 vertical, this and that, so forth. He came in and told Kevin, say, I want balance. I want you to show me that in the interview process that we can have all these personnel groups. We can run 3 tight ends, 1 back. We can go 3 wides. We can go 4 wide. Leon, I'll tell you, we had every personnel group that you can think of, Tom believed in a toolbox
that you
to
could run
win,
plays out of.
Right.
Yeah.
that we could run plays out of, that they can just, we're not going to be one-dimensional, and we're not going to be a throwing quarterback. We're not going to be a purely run. We're going to do everything right. That's why Mark Brunell would tell you, and Eli Manning would tell you, it's a complex playbook like Liam is bringing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best play philosophy as best you can. You don't believe in wasting. You talk to Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
we're all under the same tree. Leon and I have talked about this I'm trying to think of the offensive coordinator. The system is built around the knowledge of the quarterback, seeing the secondary coverage. Is there 6 in the box? Is there 7 in the box? Is there 8 in the box? And then we have 8-man front runs that I don't care who they put up there. We're going to run the damn ball. There is no checking out when we want to check. Mm-hmm. When we want to run the ball, we're going to run the damn ball, and nobody's going to do it. If they're going to run the certain blitzes and the 46 defense and those kind of things, and we have a system of plays that the offensive line knows that we're going to go to.
You had the answer.
Mm-hmm. We have an answer and solution. Tom always believed in the offseason is the time to win. And his philosophy, we try to win more games in all season than we did during the season because we want to have solutions. That's how you win games.
Right. So I think you made a great point is when you said Tom started out saying, we are going to win with defense. We're going to play defense and stop people. I think this group went in last year thinking, we're going to win with offense. We're going to score more points than the other guy, and we're going to do as much as we can on defense. Now, my question to you is this. Do you think 1 year into this, are they thinking, all right, we got to adjust. We have to do something to get the quarterback?
Well, that's the whole league. And that was the learning process I think Liam had to go through this year. That you got to stop. Sooner or later, you think you can outscore people? No, you can't. Sooner or later, you got to
get off the field.
You got to get off the field. Yeah. And you got to keep people off the field. So we work hand in hand. And I think probably what happened going into camp, he didn't realize that our defense, I thought there was a change. Though we didn't have a couple bodies out on the field, but I think there was a change that maybe we are better defensively than I thought, schematically.
I think it's a little. I also think, but for those turnovers, what would that defense have been?
Yeah, that's the concern. All right, so I want to set this up.
That.
Let me set this up. So here's the quote from Liam Cohen, and I want to come back and get Coach Ingram to chime in on it. Cohen said at the owners' meetings, quote, "Where is the stink that was covered up by winning, and how do we improve that stink and get better as a football team?" And so I want to get into that because you guys might have just touched on it. That's coming up on XLP.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. 1010XL.
We move forward starting right now. We start becoming a team right now.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
Been in a car crash? I'm local attorney Rick Alexander, and I've made it our mission at the Alexander Law Practice to listen to you so I can fight for the best possible result for you. I've been practicing over 30 years, and our team focuses on guiding you through the entire process. And because fees and reimbursement costs come out at the end of the case, I will never ask you to come out of pocket. For a free review, call 904-400-6600 or log on to alexanderlawpractice.com, Jacksonville.
If you missed it, get it on demand.
And you send those out on the line.
Find your 1010XL favorites where you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com. Channel 5, Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Which team holds the record for the most NCAA men's basketball championships?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
UCLA holds the record for most men's NCAA basketball championships with 11. Kentucky is next with 8.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your National Builder of the Year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Winning is a fantastic deodorant. It covers up what stinks about you. It covers up what your blind spots are, what your negatives, what your areas of improvement are. And if we can attack those areas with humility, with honesty, with a relentless pursuit to improve those areas, then we'll still continue to work on the areas in which we're good, and we need to hone in on those things. But look, we're always looking for better balance on offense, right? I think the run game for the first 8 weeks of the season really kind of carried us offensively and allowed us to win some of those games. And then the pass game, the second half of the season, really allowed us to go offensively. And so we have to create a little bit more balance there.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
I love hearing Liam talk. What he says makes sense. It doesn't sound like a lot of BS. And that cut was courtesy of Jaguars.com, where he was following that original quote that we just read, where is the stink that was covered up by winning? And how do we improve that stink and get better as a football team? And he did say winning is a wonderful deodorant, and you dang right it is. That's for sure. All right, we got one of our coaches, Gerald Ingram, with us. He spent many years with Tom Coughlin here in Jacksonville, coaching up the likes of Freddie T, and then up in New York, coaching up Tiki and everybody else. And Big Sur, as we get back to this conversation, was the stink the run game, or was it something else? Because we suggested that it might have been on the other side of the ball.
Well, I mean, I looked up, they had 1,956 yards rushing, including Trevor and Tootin.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's pretty good. That's like top 10 in the NFL. Coach, you might want to take Trevor out of, but Trevor is a weapon with his legs. Absolutely a weapon with his legs. Well, here's the thing. He said the run game in the first 8 games was solid, and then down the stretch, there has to be a commitment to the run, especially when in those months. In those months, Coach and I know this, in the months of November and December, heading into January, the teams that can run the ball effectively are the teams that ultimately win ball games. And if there's no commitment to the run game, then the stench is on you.
It's an excellent point, Coach.
You're exactly right. Those are the kind of things that we saw. And you have to develop a toughness out of your team. When you say you're going to commit to the run, you commit to the run throughout the season. When you need it, you develop it. It makes you tougher. It makes you stronger. It makes you handle situations. It also allows you to own the clock. We have to, especially in playoff time, you really have to make that clock your friend. And being able to run the ball, you run time off the clock. There's a lot of things more effective in running the ball that you can do.
Coach, you're still possession. You're still possession.
Yeah, it's still possession. But here's the other thing. You have to develop the play action. If you do not commit to actually running the ball, the play action means nothing in crucial times, especially the closer you get to the goal line. If you're not running the ball within the 3-yard line to the 1, you're not getting those safeties, playing in a small basketball gym to step up. Okay, yeah, they think you're going to throw the ball between the 4-yard line and the 10. We all get that. Play cover 4, play some in and out man, do those kind of things. And the quarterback draw, the running back draw is pretty damn good play. The closer you get, the powers, the attitude runs, your quarterback sneak. New England did it for years. But you want it to mean something. Who's a threat out there? I don't think that at times that we allowed ourselves to have the combination of the run and the play action because we did not commit to it. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the defenses commit to it. Same side on the other side of the ball. We got into man coverage and didn't understand that Houston's backup quarterback would run into the end zone. You got to understand when to play a three-man rush and not think that extra fifth guy was going to make a difference. He wasn't. You're trying to win the game. You go with a 3-man rush, 8 play zone, have the quarterback try and figure out how not to throw an interception, and have everybody break on the ball and tackle his behind before he gets to cross the line. That's a learning on the coordinator. Because McDermott, other coordinators have done that to win the game. You got to know when to protect the end zone and protect the score and finish games off. You want to talk about stank? Yeah. All right. You want to go on the other side of the ball? Fine. We got to close games out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I see.
Now, what do we got to do on defense, too? Early in the year on defense, we got to have every able body out there ready to play 100%. All right? We have some guys that are still on the sideline who missed all preseason games. Well, sometimes making sure you have everybody, and that's what Tom believed in most of the time, was having everybody out there be an example of being out there for everybody. Mm-hmm. Okay? That's part of the growth of
you're saying
leadership.
Every space body for everybody.
For everybody.
Right, right.
Look around. Everybody's here.
Everybody's body is on the field.
Is
right.
here on the field.
Yeah. Not some guy who's overweight, kind of like trying to get in shape.
Now, here's the thing. You're not trying to play into shape in the team from week to week to week.
Right.
Okay? Now, we also in the offseason got to evaluate who's the best team. That's one thing that was great about Tom. We evaluated ourselves. We evaluated every team in our division. We evaluated every positional need that we needed going into the draft. No matter if it went our way or not.
Right.
We knew where our best mamas and papas were. All right? It's great to have core. It's great to have consistency. Okay? We did what we did last year, but you better put that book behind you. Okay? Because our defense, our division has just gotten tougher, more physical. Mm-hmm. And you look at the New York Giants and what they're doing. They're stacking up right now.
Yeah.
Now, they got to get them to play.
Yeah.
Okay? But they're putting their mamas and papas together just like we did back in the day. We had better mamas and papas. It's a shame we didn't win the Super Bowl. We had as good as mamas and papas on that football field every single week and we had an opportunity to win. Should have been in the Super Bowl and had a Super Bowl ring here. And we still, Tom will tell you, we still believe that was the best team in the NFL.
Right, right. All right, so this is why I asked you this in the last segment, Coach, because I think the focus is still offense. Like I said to you, they came with this idea of we've got to score points. If we have to, we've got to outscore everybody. And for the idea to be that the biggest stink on the team right now is the run game, which at times played pretty well last year. The biggest stink on this team is you can't get the quarterback. That's the biggest stink on this team.
Yeah.
You have one guy who's making $150 million who has 8 sacks. You got another guy who you're getting ready to potentially sign to a long-term deal who had 3.5. And he was injured a little bit. And you brought up the great point in the break. If you got to take one of those two guys right now, who are you taking? And Joe and I were kind of leaning to Trayvon Walker. And you say Josh Hines-Allen.
You didn't be honest every week. Now, I don't know why he thought that this, and I don't know who got in his head, that they told him that the bull rush was going to be the way to close the pocket. Because he was a one-man soldier in my mind. Every week, I loved his motor. He just kept coming.
Josh Hines-Allen.
There was one guy that if you looked at how he was playing, play after play, no matter if he made the sacks or not,
Played
he
hard.
was pressuring the quarterback.
Just didn't finish, right?
But
Played
you got
hard.
two of the same guys from that standpoint. To me, Walker's a 5 technique. Okay, you let him play at 5, but we don't have a fast twitch guy, and we don't have a guy who plays consistently inside the pocket as a 3 technique, who's there every week pressuring the inside, so the outside guys can be more effective.
Right. Coach, you know who Trayvon Walker is? Back in our day when I played against, he's a poor man's Rob Burnett.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what he
because
is.
Rob Burnett, when he was on, he's a player.
No, he's not. He's nowhere near Rob Burnett. But what I'm saying that,
or he's a little better Canty.
Him Canty. Yeah.
But I will say this: when Trayvon's on, he's a record.
He's
man.
on.
Yeah, but
he's
saying,
not. He's not where people are nervous on the edge.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Now, is he going to lose the weight? I'm going to tell you, when Mike Strahan lost weight and trimmed down, he added 2 more years.
Oh,
to
you think
his
Trayvon
life.
needs to drop some weight?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never even thought of that.
Drop some weight and show the speed on the edge. Remember Stroud wanted to stay outside for the longest. That's where he wanted to be. Okay.
And Trayvon did say he only dropped a little bit of weight coming from last year to this year, whereas Josh Hines-Allen wanted to get from
he dropped 20, right?
275, 279.
Yeah. Trim yourself down. Hey, you want to be that guy? You want to be the top tier guys? Show that you got as much game, speed, finesse when you need it. Trim the weight down.
Yeah.
See how it works out for you, young guy.
How much does Trayvon Walker weigh right now? Because I say a poor man's Rob Burnett. Rob Burnett paid at like what?
270, I bet.
I'm gonna put him at 270.
Yeah,
look him up.
Yeah, Rob Burnett were paid at about 260, 265.
I'm going to say 275. We'll see.
Yeah.
And this is the new, just like the Major League Baseball, new
272. 6'5", 272.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe if he played at like 6'5", 260. 263, somewhere around there.
See if he gets just a little more quickness. In his game.
Yeah. I mean, because Rob Burnett, I mean, he was first of all, he was underrated.
He was a grown man.
He was a grown man. You had to put hands on him when you want to put hands on you.
Because I'm going to tell you something. If I had to say, all right, you put both of them together, you say, which one you keep? Well, I kept the one, and I say, hey, can I get a draft pick in the first round by giving up Walker and getting the Miami kid? But he'll be gone. And I was looking at it, I said,
Reuben Bain Jr., you're talking
my
about.
gosh.
Yeah.
To me, he
Short
makes
arms.
people nervous, okay? Mac made people
You're not worried about
nervous.
short arms, huh?
No. I'm worried about, hey, that motor and the way he plays.
Right, I agree.
I'm like, what would you lose? You ain't got no draft pick anyway, but by, you're looking at it, you're not going to, he's going to be gone.
Yeah,
he's
not
that type of player. He's going to be, but if there was that, chance that they were next to each other, you say, you know what? These two next to each other, these two guys are the same. That guy might be a little bit different maker right there.
I think
he's worth giving up that pick for.
Right. You guys would all agree. You know when something's different.
I mean, they're definitely
in a good way or in a bad way.
They're similar bodies, those two, too. Trayvon and Reuben Bain, other than the short arms, obviously. But they're similar type. They're both like, Reuben Bain's like what, 6'4"?
He's 6'4".
6'4", like 270? I bet he played more like 280 last year, but he was big last year.
All right, let me ask you one more.
He played heavy last year, no doubt.
Coach Ingram, as we head to break, and this is again from Liam Cohen, and this is on BTJ. And this is O'Halloran, among others, at the NFL owners' meetings asking these questions of the head coach. Quote, this is a great opportunity for us to look at it with BTJ this offseason. These are the true areas where we can improve. Let's attack it with relentless pursuit and not worry about the results and what happened last year. So let's use that as our little backdrop coming back because Big Sirs, Maddie, we've all talked about it. This is the next big button that Liam Cohen's pushing in his BTJ. We'll get into that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
Oh, childish, immature, and selfish? That's right, I am.
Dan Hicken.
Do you know how much money I make for thinking this way?
Jeff Prosser.
My hobbies are fast cars and fast women.
They are the drill.
Can you be any more dramatic?
Mornings on 1010XL.
I'm with Craig from Cycles in Jacksonville, and Triumph is a known name when it comes to beautiful rides on the road. What is the latest from Triumph?
Well, if you didn't come, we had an unleashing at the dealership last week. We saw 6 new models from Triumph. Anything from 400 cc's to 1200 cc's. If you're looking at a bike, you got to look at the new Triumphs.
Experienced riders will love it.
And the inexperienced will love it. We've got something for everybody in the Triumph lineup. Great, great motorcycles.
Showroom waiting for you. Triumph. Find them at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Spring is in the air, and Alev's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer, and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring has a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just one dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
And that concludes the Josie Jack of All Trades show. Tune in next week where I'll be installing my own French drain.
Joe, wake up, man.
Hey, John, I must have dozed off.
We finished those projects you started.
Whoa, my seamless gutters are actually seamless.
And they're connected into underground PVC drain lines.
And my sprinklers. Wow, look at that coverage.
Next time, just call me first, Joe.
I will, but I ain't singing that song.
Clear water irrigation
and drainage too.
Are you an experienced automotive technician and tired of working for employers who put profit over people? Then come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road and get trained on how to diagnose and rebuild today's complex transmissions. See how we're different. Get traction on your career and come to Action.
Equal opportunity employer.
Jacksonville, you voted, and Baker Glass came out on top. The Bold City Best Awards are all about locals choosing their favorites, and you picked them for Best Auto Glass and Best Glass and Mirror Service.
I'm back with Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Stop letting high-interest debt weigh you down. Pay it all off in days with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan. It's a completely hassle-free way to cash out your home equity with no appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan uses AI-driven technology to get you approved for cash in as little as 1 day with a rate that's at a 3-year loan. One client got $100,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out all their credit cards, started a home improvement project, and cut their monthly expenses by $1,500. Call Loan Pronto now and see how much cash you can get. No hard credit pull up front. Imagine, this time next week, you could be credit card debt-free. Loan Pronto, A-rated by the BBB, with nearly 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is that bravo, Liam Cohen. You're playing the mental gymnastics right when you're supposed to be playing in the offseason. He said the stench is the run game. So that's an indictment on the offensive line, the running backs, and you. your lack of commitment to run the ball down the stretch when it really counted in November, December, and January. So the funk is not on just the guys that you're calling out, but you got to do a self-evaluation yourself. Why did you go past Happy down the stretch when we needed to run the ball? So
I do like that he's willing to include himself.
No, well, I'm just saying
in the.
I'm just saying when you lift that armpit, when you're lifting everybody else's armpit, you need to check your own.
There's a little. Not only that, there's not just one funk. There's multiple funk on that team. Like I don't think you should be in a position where you're saying we're good. We just need a position here or there, and we're good. I think there's some.
I just think
there's a little more than just the run game funk. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Even more than that, and the pass rush funk. I think you got a problem at corner as well.
Yeah, I don't even think he's saying it's one thing. That's what I love about this. He said, find the stink. And look, how many coaches are going to say this after a 13-4 season, after taking a 4-13 team and flipping the record? I
get that. I get that.
Cohen is saying there's some stink still there.
I guess my thing with the corner is you got your first pick from 2 drafts from last draft, which will be 2 after this one, who had a serious knee injury, which is like an ACL. It was an LCL, which is very similar to an ACL, different structure of the knee. So that's a significant rehab. So you're telling me your number one corner is going to be a guy who's coming off an LCL surgery. That's like you're asking a lot from somebody to do that.
I got a couple of quotes that O'Halloran did detail on X from Liam on Travis Hunter that we will probably spend quite a bit of time on tomorrow. But he does say,
give us a hint.
Will he participate in the OTAs? I don't know. I cannot say for certain. He's very well ahead of where he's supposed to be. I know the docs and athletic trainers feel really good about him. And then he goes on to say it's an unspoken understanding that there are some depth things at cornerback that he can come in and help us out. The focus more so has been how you feel and yada, yada, yada. But he is making it clear that he is going to look to Travis Hunter to help shore some of that stuff up. So
why does it have to be unspoken?
I don't know.
Why can't you just tell him?
But
you're going to play corner, learn the position, get what is that?
But just leave the gray area out there, I guess, is
I'll
maybe.
tell you what it is.
I don't think there's a sense of urgency to put him out on the field. That's us and the people want to see him out there. But in all reality, I mean, we don't know the extent of it. Yeah, he can move around, he can do certain things, but why take that chance? You know what I mean? Now, does he, before they go to vacation, does he compete and do some things? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think he has to prove, he has to do anything. I'd say no.
Yeah, err on the side of caution.
I bet you don't see him. I bet you don't see him competing till like August.
Probably.
Right. Because we have some other areas. We got a linebacker to fill. Okay, so who's that draftable guy is going to be there? Because you want to have as many competitive people for that position right now. You got one legitimate linebacker. Now, if you bring in a guy, take for instance, you got the guy who comes from Texas Tech.
Yeah, Jake Rodriguez. Yeah,
he's a leader. He's he's a vocal guy. Can he be a Plosnowski? Used to be
Yeah, Plosnowski.
Plosnowski. Can he be that type of guy? His high energy. He's into it. He knows it. He diagnoses it.
That'd be good.
He sheds blocks because that was the kind of question on the kid at Notre Dame a year ago. He's got to play better getting off of blocks and making plays.
Yeah, Jack
and
Kaiser.
being that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of linebackers out there. There are linebacker edge rushers out there, but true inside linebackers. I like the kid at Texas Tech from that standpoint, from the games that I saw. The safety position, the other safety position.
Yeah.
We already knew, the guy's a workman-like attitude. He's a great kid. He's going to be there. But when it come down to offensive coordinator saying, we're going to go man, we're going to go man coverage, and that's the guy we want to pick on.
That we're going to throw.
That's we're going to throw to because he can't cover a tight end tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's as your defense coordinator, the guys that you have to handicap in the offseason, you got to make a true decision as a coach.
Yeah, which was my concern about Murray. I don't know how good in coverage he is.
Well, I think he's pretty good. He's made a living for a decade. I think he is. He is one of those guys who can roll and cover, but he also dealt with the injury.
And
Antonio Johnson.
getting up in age, man.
No question.
And it's like your comment you said earlier, you see more 3.35s in college and things like that. And a lot of the 3.35s is because of the RPOs.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of RPOs.
Right. The rules don't allow.
We do different stuff. Ours is to throw the screen out there. There's too many in the box. True RPOs is, there's different levels of RPOs. There's an under level RPO and there's an over a top RPO.
Plus, the college offensive line can get a yard and a half.
Right.
2 more yards.
Right.
At least.
And we don't run the ball.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go ahead and play the pass first to run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Lee, I'm still thinking about the stench, and it's an indictment on offensive line. So,
right, the interior.
We need a guard. I mean, the interior of the offensive line. You're essentially saying the interior of the offensive line is a concern, and we've got issues there. If we do have issues there, then that means a guard's in play.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do what you're talking about. He's going to make a huge commitment to be more physical at the line of scrimmage. Don't abandon the run like we're saying. Don't lose that in your play sheet and make sure it's still part of it. If there's one thing that the Rams have done extremely well is they can do anything once you take something else away from them.
So no guard.
Yeah. No, they know that. I don't know how high.
Okay.
We got to do our midweek mock tomorrow for real. But we don't know how high.
I also think they're hoping that Milam is healthy, which is talking about you with no bodies and no body. Healthy, and B, he's a guy that can win one of those jobs.
Yeah. He wants as much competitive bodies out there as he can.
Right.
Because we saw where they'll move the pieces of the puzzle wherever they have to win.
Right.
And that's a good thing because now the more that everybody knows, the more you know where to put the thumb in the dike and go from there. Now, the attitude of how do we progress this offense is really key. My thing is because of how we use our tight end and in the run game and pass game, if we commit to the run and we're sound at what we're doing, how do we match our runs to the pass in our RPO system, or run it or whatever we need to? Because the quarterback now is learn to get to the best play. Okay, now how do you utilize the run in an RPO system, better? So now the lineman can block better if they aren't always retreating, in an RPO 3-step drop mentality. You can be more aggressive. I think if they studied the Rams in the offseason and see their launch points of how they utilize their quarterback launch, it helps the offensive line. For us, it's like, okay, all right, we'll just throw naked. Well, you look at the Rams, they're doing a half roll to the play action 3-step. They're doing so many different launch points that the defensive pass rush has to change all that. It's not always just coming on arrows.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more for the Rams, a lot more under center, a lot more gun.
Well, there's a lot more.
Which is what you're talking about, the launch points, where they're throwing it from. Yeah.
And it's the maturation of Matt Stafford and
it totally is. There's no doubt it is. But
so you're going to see if these two guys are going to be able to come together.
Right.
The Liam and Trevor combo, like McVay and Matt.
Yeah. Anytime you can make it offensive friendly, you'll be a better team.
Yeah.
Coach, great stuff, man. We appreciate you hanging out with us as always. Coach Gerald Ingram, he will be back with us as we get closer and closer to the draft. We're going to do both sides of the ball. You ready to fire the podcast back up next week?
Hey.
Yes, you are. I know you are. We're putting you back to work. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios, polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts. The Edwin Watts Golf Hour will meet you at the green.
Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Grip it and rip it.
Get tips, tour notes, and the latest gear Saturday mornings at 10. On 1010
Attention,
XL.
men and women. If you'd like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have my lotion emotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise in towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Thicket here, for nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools, summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and if you think Closets by Design is just closets, you've got to see their brand new showroom at Phillips & Emerson. It's amazing what they can do. See for yourself how they custom design organization for any space. Garages, laundry rooms, bedrooms, even the man cave. It's all about smart storage that fits your lifestyle and budget. Schedule an appointment to meet with a design consultant and tour the showroom for ideas you can see and touch. Start at closetsbydesign.com.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball is home this week and weekend at ViStar Ballpark. Tonight, enjoy 2-for-1 hot dogs courtesy of Stallmeyer. Tomorrow, it's day baseball in Duval with a noon start time on a Yingling Business Person Special powered by Miller Electric. Baseball all week and weekend. Tickets start at just $5. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball. Affordable, family, fun.
Hey Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jacks Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every cart gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Joseph Alexander stops, pops, and it drops! It's an offensive Caruso inside Wallace. They forgot about him. Timeout Detroit. SGA over to Caruso. Money! That may ice it for OKC. Can't hit. Clock will expire. The Thunder escape with the win.
They did light it up, even though you heard that first play. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, called for an offensive foul. It was the classic Michael Jordan push-off, where he just drives on the defender, extends the arm, classic little, it wasn't an arm bar like you're used to seeing in football, but basically drives him off of him, steps back.
It's the SGA special, really. I mean, he's made an entire career out of that play.
It has worked
so it's
well.
shocking that they finally caught it, and they did it at that moment in the game.
Yeah. And what was his total? It was a nice stat line.
Well, he had 25 free throws.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he had 40 plus.
Yeah, so it worked out. I think it was 47, but it did work out. So even though he did get whistled on that one, he did light it up last night in Oklahoma City. The question was asked in the presser afterwards, are you going to start stumping for yourself for MVP? Kind of like Victor Wembanyama. I'm paraphrasing, but he goes, no, I'm good.
I don't need to.
I'm good. So he did light it up last night. If you want American Electrical to light up your world, it could be home automation, it could be residential, commercial, anything. You can basically check in with them and get your electrical needs met quickly. American-Electrical.com. So I do feel like we'll probably hit on the Travis Hunter combo a little bit more tomorrow as far as what Ryan O had to say, and then get back to that BTJ comment that Liam Cohen had that Ryan O'Halloran put on X. It's interesting because I do think that's going to be the biggest button push of Liam's second off season. Do you agree with that? Button push on BTJ and see what you can get out of him.
Listen,
it's
you know
very important.
You know the kid's super talented. All right, you're not if you're a first round pick, you know you're super talented. You're drafted because of your talent, and I think this Liam, they just want more out the kid.
Yeah,
you know, they want sustainability. Based on his rookie year, he had an outstanding rookie year, and then he kind of fell off. And if you got any pride about yourself as far as a competitor, when a coach calls you out, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see how he responds, because how he responds is going to dictate whether they move forward with him or not, I think.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Look, I keep going back to this, and I keep saying this because it's remarkable. His first season, he did the majority of his heavy lifting in that first season with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, this was his first year of really getting into the nuts and bolts with Trev. And it started with a big hit against the Steelers that clearly knocked him sideways. Clearly. And I don't mean in that game. I mean down the season.
Yeah.
Clearly knocked him sideways.
Exhibition.
Yes.
Let's remember that.
Yes. So if he can come back with a better headspace this year and work hard, because let's be honest, before he got hit, his camp was, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10 was like a 5, maybe a 4.
We were all talking about it with Coach Ingram a minute ago.
So anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt.
It was average at best.
At best. If he comes back in a better headspace and is the guy that you saw the second half of his first season, man, they've got a legit situation at wide receiver where you're gonna put a lot of defenses in conflict with Jacoby Myers, with Parker Washington, and with BTJ. And with Brenton Strange. Like, they are a legit factor in the pass game.
Right.
One of the top, I would say, 5 to 8 pass games in the league. If that happens, if BTJ comes back in that correct headspace.
Yeah. It is so important when you consider what BTJ has at stake for himself professionally. Okay, that's the number one thing. How he is viewed, and Leon talks about it all the time. That is your craft, your work, your stamp, everything. And there has to be some pride that comes along with it. And we'll see whether or not that is indeed going to happen.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Taylor Dahl joins us now, getting ready to roll with helmets and heels. And look, all the quotes that came out from Liam Cohen as far as BTJ, Travis Hunter, and the stink and everything else, I thought it was very revealing.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like the honesty in the sense of, you won a lot of football games and you made it to the postseason, but there was definitely things that we're still talking about that weren't quite at the level that you would have liked them to be. And, the run game, I know that was mentioned in this, of being how it kind of collapsed towards the end. I liked hearing Coach Ingram talk about some of those things and maybe what went wrong, and that just not committing. I mean, you could talk about that in the postseason game. How much have we had the conversation of why did you stop giving the ball to Bashal too in the postseason? And so that commitment of the run game, the defense, when it comes to late games, it felt like the offense could score all the points, and that's cool. But to have a defense that late in games are able to hold teams, we just didn't see that happen. Right. And takeaways are great, but you have to do other things at a high level too. So I do like that he's saying, it's good, but you're turning the page now. You need to see less drops. You need to see the run game more consistent. You need to see the defense not give up big leads and stuff like that. And so I like that he's honest in this sense, because it'd be really easy to come in there and be like, we went from 4 wins to 14.
That's why I fully embrace that, because he's like, this isn't where we want to be. This isn't our finish line. So that's good. We've reached our finish line. What else is coming up?
Yeah, so we'll get into a lot of that, a lot of the quotes coming out of the league meetings here in Jacksonville around the NFL, some of those things. We're also going to continue our conversation from yesterday. So Lauren kind of started it with last year, 8 of the 9 draft picks of the Jacksonville Jaguars were guys that were at the Senior Bowl. And so she kind of went over the offensive standouts from the Senior Bowl this year and kind of how that may fit. Today, I have some defensive guys that we're going to look at, between those defensive tackles, the linebackers, maybe even a corner and a couple safeties to look at that were at the Senior Bowl that I think may fit the Jags and where they lie and their draft picks this year.
All right, awesome. We will be listening. Thank you, Taylor.
Thanks, guys.
Helmets and heels coming up next, and we will get back into that conversation as far as what else Liam had to say about the Jags. This is a good time to really start drilling down on what is next with your Jaguars going forward. Good times today. You missed any of the show, you can go back, punch up 1010XL.com on YouTube, and just find the stream with XL Primetime. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Surse, and JJ. Helmets and heels coming up.
1010XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
Big moment.
Play-by-play is full of plot twists.
Did that just happen?
And high-octane drama.
And this game is tied.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
Not everyone is built for a